Hi, everyone. I'm Sherry Gideon, spiritual teacher and the creator of the Ascension Formula. And I wanted to come on today and talk about how to charge our energy and our electromagnetic field in order to continue to rise, in order to continue to ascend and create the life that each and every one of us was born to live and deserves. And so I've been talking about that a lot lately because it's near and dear to my heart, and I connect a lot to my heart, and I want to share that with each and every one of you as well. So how do we do that? What we start out with is we start out with in the present moment. And you get out of your own way where all possibilities exist in the quantum field. Now, the quantum field is everything in the universe, it's infinite. And so, how do we turn these potentials, what's called the immaterial world of possibilities, into reality in the three-dimensional world of matter? Well, it requires two things. It requires a clear intention and an elevated emotion. And I've been talking a lot about lately how our thoughts are coupled with an emotion that is creating our reality and creating the environment and the experiences that show up in our lives. And so, how does this start? How do we create a clear intention and an elevated emotion from conscious awareness? And so you start out by you have to get clear with what you want in your life. You have to get clear about what you want to create, and you have to get very specific as possible and describe it in detail. And so I like to start out with examples. So let's just start out with an example about, well, it's summertime and we want to go on a summer vacation. Let's use that as an example. So you start out with where is it you want to go on this summer vacation? How do you want to get there? Something like, who do you want to go with? Okay, we're getting clearer. Um, what sort of accommodations do you want to stay in? Is it going to be a 5-star hotel? Is it going to be a location on the beach so that you're feeling all those feelings of, the air blowing on your face? What do you want to do or see on this vacation? Are you creating a specific plan? Hi, Eric. Thanks. Love you too. Thank you so much for joining in. So we're getting clear and specific about elevating our emotions and setting a clear intention out into the magnetic field of the universe so we can pull back to us what we desire. This is a clear intention of what we desire, but we still have to create a specific possible experience related to that from the now. So we've been talking about we got to get clear that we've decided we want to go on a summer vacation. And where is it you want to go? How do you want to get there? Who do you want to go with? What sort of accommodations do you want to stay in? 5-star hotel, beach, house on the beach. And what do you want to do or see on this vacation? Do you want to go skydiving? Do you want to, go in a helicopter, into the caverns? If somewhere you're deciding to go is these amazing waterfalls and caverns. And what food do you want to eat on this vacation? Is it going to be extravagant food? Is it going to be simple food? I mean, we're talking about getting clear and specific about what you want out of life. And so, long story short, what kind of clothes do you want to pack? Are you going to dress up? Is it going to be a lot of outdoor clothes? We're getting clearer and clearer about what we want on this vacation. What kind of things do you want to buy on this trip? depending on where you're going to go, or there's some things that you've decided you want to buy, and you want to really start to cut. Hi, Mikey, glad to have you. And we want to get very clear about what we want to buy. I mean, there's certain things that, we're looking through magazines, we're going on the internet, and we're watching videos about this vacation. And what's happening in this is we're making it real. I mean, we're getting in alignment with the emotions. And you see, those thoughts make up our intention. And what's happening when we're creating these emotions and we're getting clear is we're developing an electrical charge inside of ourselves that we're sending out. And see, you have to understand that when we're thinking these thoughts and we're getting clear and specific about what we want, that's a clear intention. And as we're setting this clear intention, what's happening is we're elevating our emotions, such as love, gratitude, inspiration, joy, excitement, enthusiasm, and wonder. Yep, Mikey. Thank you. I'm glad that you needed that today. And so as we're combining the intention and the emotions, what's happening is that carries a higher energy. And what we need to do is we have to tap into the feeling that we want, that we're anticipating we will have when we manifest that intention. And it's when we're tapping into that feeling, which is the emotions ahead of the experience, what's happening is we're being it on the inside. We're using that imagination and we're tapping into it on the inside. And we're being it from that imaginary place inside us. And what's happening is we're creating this electromagnetic field where we're being it before we see it. And so that elevated emotion, which carries the higher energy, is the magnetic charge that I'm talking about. It's this magnetic charge that each and every one of us is sending out into the vibrational field of the universe. And so when we combine the electrical charge, which is our intention, with the magnetic charge, which is the elevated emotion, what we're doing is we're creating an electromagnetic signature. And it's that electrical magnetic signature, can't say it, that's equal to our state of being. So once again, when we're coupling intention with emotion, elevated emotions, it's that electromagnetic signature that is equal to our state of being, that is the cause of what we're pulling back into our experience. And so it's that energy that is created in our heart. And I always talk about opening up our heart and connecting to that heart coherence and doing things like walking meditation and getting quiet and getting still, getting out of your head and walking in silence outdoors and being observant of everything that's around us, the birds, the trees, the flowers, the people you're passing down the road, and connect more with your heart. Because when we're connected to that heart, it makes the heart become more orderly and more coherent. So going back to intention coupled with emotions, that causes an electromagnetic field, an electromagnetic frequency. And we hear these days so much about vibrations. And once again, a vibe we all know about. We feel it, we walk into any environment and we feel each other's vibes. That's an electromagnetic charge, an electromagnetic feeling that that person is putting off. And because you have that in your own self, you can feel it too. Now, we all have volition. We all have choice. So what happens when this person or a situation or event is creating a field or an electromagnetic emotion that doesn't feel good? In that moment, you're consciously aware that it doesn't feel good. And if it doesn't feel good, you have a choice to set a different intention. Maybe the intention is that I want to feel joy and happiness and laughter and enthusiasm all day today. Once again, that's an intention that you're setting. So, in that, start to break down those certain questions about how do you want to feel that? How clear and specific do you want to get about what you want in your life and what you want to create? And so, all of these potentials, no matter what it is that you get clear and specific about that you want, is part of the quantum field. And it exists only in electromagnetic frequencies. And so these frequencies are what you are putting out. And these frequencies are being put out with information that's coming from inside you. And so much of it we can't even perceive. And we can't perceive it with the senses because it hasn't become matter yet. And so what's happening is this new higher signal that you're getting clear and specific about, and that you're intending that you want to give out into the vibrational field, is the cause of what we're attracting back into our moments of today, back into our environment and our experience as today as our vibrational match. And so, once again, if you're putting out anything that you don't want from your own energy field, you're pulling back into your moments of today the experience of your vibrational match. And so, in other words, when there's a vibrational match between your energy and any potential that already exists in the unified field, what happens is you begin to draw that new experience to you. And that's why we're always told live in the moment, be present in the moment, because it's in this awareness that you can change it, that you can shift it, and you can elevate your emotion to a higher energy, which will attract a higher magnetic charge that you're sending out into the vibrational field of the universe. And guess what? You get to create the life you want. You get to create the life you deserve. And so I wanted to tell this story. It was a funny thing because I was listening to a group that I'm part of this morning, and it reminded me of a story that happened to me early on my journey, probably at least 22 years ago now. And it was shortly after I had had my out of body experience, and I had had the very deep trip to the white light, and I was trying to understand all these gifts that had been given to me, and this understanding and this awareness. And I had this dream one night. And you have to realize dreams are always guiding us, and they're always sharing certain things about life, certain questions we have, or things that we're seeking. And so in this particular experience for myself, I saw myself in the desert, and I was being chased by all kinds of soldiers, by military men, and I was very afraid. And I turned around and I looked back at me, and it looked like hundreds of military men were chasing me with guns, with, very big guns, let's put it that way. And I can remember in myself the fear that I felt and the worry that I felt, and that I didn't know what to do. And I got closer and closer to the edge of this mountain, and suddenly I was right on the edge. And I turned around, and they were so close to me at that point. And I could remember my heart racing 100 miles an hour. And I heard this voice whisper in my ear to jump, to leap. And I remember hesitating for a second, but I realized I was going to leap. I was going to jump. And so I leapt off of the mountain. And you know what happened? I hit the ground like a boomerang. And I jumped back up in the air and I felt something jump on my back. And all of a sudden I felt this breath at my ear. And this voice said to me, I am with you. I have always been with you. I will never leave you. You never have to worry. And it was such a time in my life. I was homeless on the streets. I was experiencing some struggles and some adversities like so many of us go through. But when we finally get to that point of surrender and we're ready to leap, we're ready to just let go, the whole universe opens up to us. And this has always been available to each and every one of us. But we're over here trying to control the how. We're over here stuck in resistance. We're over here trying to manipulate the infinite ways that these amazing opportunities can show up for us. The infinite avenues and channels and doors and opportunities and ways that the how can be delivered. What we need to be doing is setting a clear intention about what we want. There's not, I don't have it, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy, or I'm not deserving, or it's too big of a thought or intention. The only thing that matters is how are you going to raise your elevated emotion inside yourself? How are you going to connect and align with your intention? You're going to do it by starting today. You're going to do it by getting clear and specific about what you want. You're going to do it by feeling into that space of how it would feel from the anticipated place that you would be as if it were already true now. And it sometimes takes practice. And it takes time treating ourselves better and living moment to moment in these pockets of time where we catch ourselves. When we realize, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to that thought again, that this is too grandiose a thought, or I can't have that, or I'm not deserving of that, or I don't have enough. And I'm shifting that back to the clear intention. What is the clear intention? The clear intention is this is what I want. And I'm aligning and connecting with those feelings as if they're already true now. I'm getting out of the way of the how. I'm living in the moment, allowing myself to connect with this truest part of me, this highest part of me. I'm aligning with the enthusiasm and the joy and the happiness of what I really want. And guess what? Grace happens. Grace. Because we are all deserving of grace. And so I just wanted to come on here and keep sharing with you ways that we can live this life we are all born to live. Joe, my intention is set. Thank you, friend. Yes, thank you back. Thank you all. And if any of you resonate with this and want to reach out to me, please DM me or please reach out to me on my website, sherrygideons.com, or I'm on Instagram at Sherry Gideons. I'm on Facebook, Sherry Gideons, and I am also on the High Vibe Nation and Expanded Woman Business Network. But please reach out because I'm here for each and every one of you, and you all deserve greatness. Have a great day. Bye now.